What's going on, guys? This is Ralph back with R&N Lawn Care. Today is the day that I'm going to do some maintenance on my mowers. Not doing it at the house. Let me roll this window up real quick. That way y'all might be able to hear me. I know that wind messes with these GoPros pretty bad. But we're going over to my dad's. He's got a bigger shop. A little bit nicer place than I do to change my blades and everything else. Gonna be changing the head on the steel weed eater. I finally done it. Finally done some research on it, and I've been offset about it. I know I've talked a little bit about it earlier in some other videos and said I'm thinking about a Speedfeed head. I broke down and I done it. I went to the Home Depot, walked in. You know, at my local dealership, or any dealership, you can get a steel replacement head, all of it, button, everything, for like 26 to 29 bucks. Well, I went down to the local Home Depot, picked up the Speedfeed head, 400 for curved or straight shaft for 29 bucks. Gonna check that out. Gonna read a little bit about it before I start telling you a lot about it. I know I watched a lot of reviews and they just show you sort of how to put it on and wind it up and all that stuff, but gonna look into it. I'm gonna show you how to put it onto a FS90R steel weed eater, because that's the one where my eyelet fell out of my head and it just makes it, I'm not gonna say unusable because I finished using it for the day the other day, but gonna be doing that. Gonna be doing, well, there with my camera. Gonna be doing some stuff to the trailer. Gonna be putting me some mounts in it, better mounts than what I have for my weed eaters at this time. And let's see, I think I already said changing the oil, putting high lift blades on the mower, all that good stuff. So y'all stay tuned. We're gonna get it done today. Alright guys, here we are. FS90 sitting here. Got it lightly clamped in a vise right now. I ain't got my pin for this anymore to take the head off. Easy to take the steel heads off. If you can see right here on the side, there's a little hole to put a screwdriver or something down in. I'll get you a little closer to see. It's right there. Sit back down, maybe y'all can see this. But you take your screwdriver or whatever have you and lightly turn the head till you find the extra hole that clamps down in here, and it's counterclockwise of, you know, it's righty loosey, lefty tighty on this. So you just take it, lightly take your head off. Just got it in the vise, that way I ain't got to hold a whole bunch of stuff. There she is. Oh, I'm gonna lose my screwdriver. There's the head. There's the eyelet missing. So that's off. And you're gonna be able to put this back onto it. If you can see that. That's a little piece that comes off the steel head. All it is a little gear. Take you back around here. I'm gonna clean all this junk out around it. And supposedly your Speedfeed head is just going to slide right on here with this piece going back on, just like that. And your Speedfeed head is going to sit right there on it. And I think it's got a spacer on it also. But we'll get back with you after I open the Speedfeed head up and put this baby on. Then we're going to try it out. Let's go ahead and open this package up and see what all we get with it though. Whoa. They always put it in this plastic junk. Alright. Put it on down here. Y'all can see. You got your little paper with it. Echo Speedfeed head 400. Bump feed reloads in seconds, it says. And as you can tell right there on the side, it says curved or straight shaft. Got a little deal there on the back that you can scan to watch videos on it, I believe. Here it is. First impression of it is it's got a little weight to it, not bad. Don't feel nothing like the old steel head. Hold on one second, I'll get it. And you know, looking at them in the packaging at the store, I thought this was going to be like way too big to put on my steel weed eater, and it probably wouldn't cut as well. But here's the size comparison between the steel head and the Speedfeed head. And of course the bump's been wore down on this. The width of it, it looks like it's a little bit smaller, as you can see there. Don't get me wrong, the steel heads work great. I don't mind sitting there and playing around with them. There's the back piece that come off. And I'm guessing this is the part that you're going to have to change out for it to fit the steels. Because I'm sure that's set up to fit the Echoes right out of the bat. Or right off the bat. Oh, that's what she is. Okay. Comes apart easy. And they said they have a little problem when they start to wear down. There's a little spring right here, as you can see, that pushes through the top after you've bumped it on the ground quite a few times. And I could see on that, but it feels like a really thick, heavy-duty piece of plastic. It says Speedfeed on it, of course. And I'm guessing this is the guts, because what would this video be without? It says it already comes on there. We're going to take that off because we're going to check that out anyhow. We're not going to do a video and not load it into it. That's some stiff string, I tell you that. It's free with it, so we're going to load it back into it. Like I always say, you're not going to pass that nothing free. I can sort of see how it works there. We might just keep this for a rainy day because this stuff is stiff as all get out. That X line that I use on the steel, it's a little bit more manipulable. You can manipulate it more. So, alright, we got that string off. That don't look like 20 foot to me. I could be wrong. Who knows? I'm guessing this is the little piece that we're going to have to change out with the screws here in a little bit. There's the baby that does all the magic when you run it through and twist it up, it gets it on there. And of course you have your stationary eyelet holes and the bottom piece for that. Alright, let's go ahead and see which one of these little pieces of metal or screws to go on the steel is going to work. We'll show you how to do that. We'll put it on the head, and then we'll get you some of that fancy weed eating action. Alright, crew. They have two of these little things which just come in it. This is your right hand thread. This is your left hand thread. Okay? And pretty much all that is, do you want to feed your line in from the right-handed side or the left-handed side? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick with the left-handed side because that's where I usually put my line in and run it through. But that also comes with the right-handed side, and it's got a little thing in there that you'd have to take out also. We went ahead and, let me find my piece here. We took out the gold thread piece right here, which these are like pretty good little aluminum pieces with threads. It didn't really say that I found in the little pamphlet it took with you of what would fit the steel. I pretty much took them out there because it gives you a little bag of contents right here of some extras where it can fit all the models, and just pretty much went out there and tried and figured out which one would fit my steel. So all you do is take your cap, pop that little green piece down in there without my big old fat finger, if you can see inside there. Drop it down in there and push it in. Take your screwdriver or something, don't smack you and poke yourself in the finger. Use safety. Alright, we got the green piece in, it looks like, right there. And we're going to put this thing back together, hopefully. This piece, there's your end cap. It goes up towards your weed eater. You take this piece, put it right inside, okay? It sits right inside like that. Your notch piece here, your bump feed, whatever you want to call it, will go right in here like so. With your lines, you know, which way are you going to turn it when you're, you know, winding up. Let's make sure I'm going the right way. And it does have, if you can see on here, I know it's a little bit dark, there's a little R right there for right hand feed and a little L right there for left hand feed. And I said that we was going to go with the left hand feed, so I'm going to guess that the left hand side goes down. If it's wrong, we can always replace it. Then you take your top cap with your spring right here on like so and press her in. Should be ready to go. And then of course you got your end cap to where you wind it like so. Let's go out here, put this bad boy on the weed eater, and see if I actually put it together right. Read a little bit more into it. I did put that in backwards. I'll show you in a minute how to put the right thing in right. Just showed you I wiped this out, put a little grease on the inside on the ring here, or not the ring, but the bearing. Take this apart for you real quick again. Take the end cap off there. It comes apart really easily, and that's surprising. But as you can see here, I had to put the L up. The L did not go down. You will put the R up if you put the white piece in with your bolt, okay? So you put your left side up and you make sure everything lines up correctly, okay? Everything's lined up correctly. Go ahead and snap your cap back on. That is, again, the left side is up, not down like I thought originally. That's why you should always read your book. Take your end cap with your other ball bearing piece here. Go ahead and line it back up on your weed eater. There we go. Then that's when your spacer comes in, right here. You take your spacer, the side with the holes in the spacer, actually go up against the steel piece right here. Then you take your weed eater head, not the weed eater, the head, and go ahead and put it on. And remember, lefty is tighty on this, righty is loosey. And go ahead and tighten up the Speedfeed head on to your weed eater. If you can see it, I might not be able to see it. Hopefully it shows up pretty good on this GoPro. Alright, you ain't got to get it like super tight, because the way the head on the weed eater spins, it should go ahead and take everything, alright? Or take everything. Tighten up. Everything should tighten up the head on the weed eater, because it spins this way and it should tighten it up a little bit more. But as you can see here, there's a little line on this back piece that lines up with your eyelet right here. And that's where you feed your string through. You have to have those two matched up for your string to go through the weed eater to where you can put line on it. Or through the head. I keep saying weed eater for some reason. But take your string, make sure your lines are matched up, put it down in here, and run it through to the other side. Okay? Now I like to take it, let's see if we can get you set here. I like to take it, run it all the way through. and even it up. Whole lot of string on it. But I like to tighten it, take it all the way through, even both ends up, of course. And then all you do is start winding. And you start winding your string onto your head. Pretty simple from what I've seen. Don't know if it takes any faster than actually doing the steel weed eater heads. I was actually pretty halfway decent at it after I figured out how to do it without getting it tangled and everything. And Nathan was also. So he was sort of laughing at me when I got this. But I just wanted to try something out new, see if there was any difference to it. I mean, it seems like it will be, hopefully. Actually, really decent. I've heard a few different things about the Speedfeed heads. There she is, all wound up. Got my string in it. Might be a little bit more than 20 foot, but it should work pretty nicely. It tightened up, no problems. Didn't feel no resistance. Got this bad boy stringed up, ready to go. We're gonna go here. If you can see on the side of this building, Dad hasn't got the weed eat it down. I'm gonna get down here. We're gonna test this bad boy out, see how we like it, see if everything works, and then I'm gonna give you my first thoughts on it. Alright, first thoughts on it. Did wind up a little easier than me having to cut, wind one piece and hold it with my thumb, put another piece in it, wind it with my thumb, then put it back into my weed eater. Time saver, possibility. It's a good possibility this could be a good time saver for the pro or the homeowner that just don't like taking the head off and taking it apart and winding your string on. Okay. Let's do it on a number basis, I guess. The looks of it, I'm gonna give it a 10 because it just looks gnarly and I like the looks of it. It looks different than any other weed eater head. Even the little pieces that you cut two little strips off and stick them in the end of the weed eater head to weed eat with, and then you got to carry a bunch of the little pieces with you. I'm gonna give that a 10. Time wise, that's out for debate. Out for debate. So we'll go 5 to 6. I'll actually have to get with Nathan. When he needs string on his, I need string on mine, and we'll do a little race for everybody just to see if it will save you a little bit of time. Because you'd have to get some experience with it. You'd have to mess with it for a while before you get really, really good at just stringing it and going. Overall, I believe it's going to be a pretty decent product. I bought my FS90 last mowing season, toward the middle of the mowing season, and the head was already wore out on it. And I bought this at the first of this mowing season, however long this head lasts, which you can go back and buy the replacement heads here at the Home Depot also, and they recommend it because when it wears down it starts showing 2 little holes in it when it gets there. And when it gets to that point, I'll go ahead and show y'all about it. But it says replace the head on that. It's just like the steel button. When your steel button gets down so low and you're bumping it and you see wear on the plate piece for the top, it says to go ahead and replace your button. The buttons are $12 to $14, I believe, for the steel. The head piece for that, or the plate piece, whatever you want to call it, the bump piece, is $12 for the Echo head, I believe, also. Don't take my word on it, look it up just to make sure, but I believe that's what it is. But all in all, I believe it's going to be a pretty solid product on my steel machine. As you can see with the weed eating video that I took, cut through that stuff like butter, which it does have the steel string on it. It didn't have the orange Echo string, the X-Line Echo string. The X-Echo line string felt really stiff, and I don't know too many people that leave that string on the head afterwards. I will find a use for it, trust me on that, because like I always say, I like free stuff. So if you like this video and it helped you out, hit that thumbs button down below, give us a like, leave us a comment, tell us if you tried the Speedfeed head before, what you think about it. I think I'm going to enjoy it, and hopefully I can get Nathan talked into getting one of these days when his head wears out on his steel. Who knows? I doubt it, but we'll see. And like always, guys, hit that subscribe button down below. It's 100% free, just like the orange X-Line string from Echo there. And hopefully y'all enjoyed the video like I said. But if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe to it. It's 100% free. We'll love you for it. You'll love yourself for it. You can't beat that. And if you watch our videos, you're 50% more attractive already. I mean, that's a given. But if you subscribe to us, I guarantee you that you will be 100% more attractive. And until next time, guys, we'll catch y'all out there mowing.